Are we ready?
I am ready.
Molly, are you ready?
Oh, she got over it.
Order in the court. Thank you. Now, all rise. The Court of Public Opinion is now in session. The Honorable Chief Justice Kristen and Associate Justice Austin presiding. Now calling to trial the multiverse's most controversial social debate topics. They shall be resolved once and for all. You may be seated.
Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion podcast, where Kristen checkmates my argument nearly every episode. Hashtag not bitter.
True. I am your Chief Justice, Kristen Bradley.
And I am your Associate Justice, Austin Andrade. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, peanuts of all ages, happy October 10th and happy National Chess Day. And hello to you, Kristen. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Just dandy?
Andy swell.
Good, good. Got a little eye scratch there?
I itched. Got a problem with that?
I don't got no problems.
Okay, good.
Do you scratch an itch or do you itch a scratch?
You itch an itch.
You itch an itch. I think you scratch an itch.
Nobody asked you.
No, okay.
You asked me.
I asked the universe and I answered the universe.
It's pretty on brand.
Yep.
Well, how are you doing? How's your week going?
Well, as we know, the presidential debates happened 2 weeks ago, and the vice presidential debate happened this week. I got quite drunk playing a drinking game while we watched Donald duke it out with Joe and Mr. Wallace, and I think it's safe to say that I will also probably drink my fair share on Wednesday night as well, because it hasn't happened yet for us. So it should be fun.
I came up with the rules.
They're good rules.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of them because my brain is a dum-dum, but...
That's fine.
Anyway, moving on, because we don't need to continue talking about politics. How about you?
How is my week going?
How have your week been going?
Oh, you know. I'm tired.
What's new?
I have midterms. A midterm.
A midterm that you're going to kill? You're going to do so good?
It might kill me.
Possibly. But you know what?
You gotta study.
We'll come out on the other side, and I'll have a zombie friend. If you're dead.
We also gotta study for the ethics exam. No offhanded comments from you.
No, I didn't have anything. I just wanted you to keep on telling me everything that there is to do with Kristen Bradley this week.
Look, there's a Molly behind me.
She's so happy to be a part of this with us. Huh, Molly?
The Capo dog. Oh, she's so cute.
A superstar. In her own right.
Hi.
256 follows on Instagram. Make it more.
You memorized the number.
The last time I checked.
Okay. Weird. But we forgot to mention last week that we went antique shopping
Yes.
at the Orange Circle. Yeah?
The Orange Circle in Old Town Orange,
Correct.
California, where we are currently recording this podcast from.
We're not in Orange.
We're not in Orange, but we don't need to give them any more details than that.
Fine. We saw a lot of Disney stuff because we are right down the street from Disneyland, so I guess that's kind of an easy thing to find.
Makes sense.
The coolest speakeasy lamp thing I've ever seen in my life. Had a little key to turn it on. We found a bunch of old action figures and comics because geeks need antiques too.
Geeks need antiques. I like that.
And I also found some definitely haunted furniture.
Oh, for sure.
I got some really bad vibes from one of those flowy white evening dresses from the 1800s, I'm sure.
Definitely a ghost lady in them.
You know, like the one in the opening credits to American Horror Story that just kind of levitates on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You know the one.
I also got very Grudge vibes in my head, where it's always like a creepy, slender lady with dark hair just over her face and eyes, and you can't tell what's going on under there, and it's unsettling.
For sure. Well, we explored a ton and saw a lot of awesome stuff, and we decided to buy a bunch of stuff.
Like this sweater that I'm wearing. Woo! It's a SpongeBob Pretty Patty's Imagination sweater, and it's the best.
But I've never seen you so excited as when you saw this.
Look, YouTube. Can you see the majesty that is this sweater?
Well,
I'm in love.
with me, not the sweater.
I'm in love. I can be in love with both, right?
No.
No? Ooh. There's plenty of love to go around, Kristen.
Yeah, the rest of it goes to Molly.
This is sweater love. I don't know if you can understand it. It's on another scale.
The best time to wear a striped sweater
It does have stripes too.
is all the time.
Unless you're living in California and sweater weather hasn't hit yet and the western coast is still on fire and it's still 90 degrees out on a weekday. I don't know why a weekday is important. It's 90 degrees out in October. There. That made more sense.
Well, besides the sweater, we got
yeah.
this super cool
Other
road
things.
atlas that we're going to mark our adventures down in. Go ahead and follow at _adventures on the Instagram.
Always got to throw the plug out.
And then we found this really funny Devil's Harvest marijuana poster. And we didn't bring it.
But I'll put it on the screen if you're watching on YouTube so you'll be able to see it.
It was just really funny because it says, the truth about ... marijuana, the smoke of hell, a vicious racket with its arms around your children, sin, degradation, vice, debauchery, and sanity. Good times. Good times.
The absolute terror. Don't let it near your kids or it will wrap its devil arms around them and consume them from within.
Okay. That was dramatic as fuck.
That is the plan.
I feel like we had something else we were supposed to talk about.
We're doing
yes.
the 7-day arm challenge. That's a thing.
Hey, look, Jennifer. Or Cassie, or whatever your real name is. I'm getting real tired of your shit on this 7-day arm challenge.
Because your ponytail always falls in your face, and you always making us sweat beads of joy, and it's literally the worst.
And if you have no idea what we're talking about, you should go to Blogalotti's YouTube channel and do the 7-day arm challenge, because if we die, you might as well die too.
And then you might look real buff. Maybe.
I don't.
We're only on day 6, and we skipped one day.
We didn't skip a day. We moved a day to tomorrow.
Well, it was also on Sunday, so it was God's day, and it was the day of rest. So it made sense to take a break.
And today, in my First Amendment class, I talked about why bad words aren't really bad. So it all comes full circle for us.
That's right. That
Yes.
was what we talked about earlier
I said
today.
the fuck word multiple times during class, and I tried really hard to avoid it because it felt weird. But let me tell you, my professor told me to just say the fuck word.
Yeah, she was asking for it. I was sitting right next to Kristen because I worked from home today, and that was a fun little thing to sit in on. I feel like a law student now. I think I could probably take the bar tomorrow, and I'd be good. Sure. I think that's all of our updates.
Hopefully. Ricky, let me know.
Yeah, if we forgot anything, anybody who's in our lives and listens to the podcast, let us know if we forgot. Oh?
Shout out to Anna and Daniel on their third wedding anniversary.
Happy wedding anniversary, Anna and Daniel.
They got married on Friday the 13th.
That's cool.
It's the 10th now, but she won't listen to it until after the 13th. All right. Now, let's get our argument space all ready and zen as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Let's
We're
go.
going to boost our energies. Well, guess what, Kristen?
What?
And guess what, Peanuts?
What? I can't answer.
Instead of boosting our energies by burning a candle with a crystal in it, today we're gonna light up a crystal with a candle in it.
Ooh. Ah.
Wow.
Woo.
That's right. I bought us a crystal candle holder this week, and it's made of amethyst, and it's huge and epic and beautiful and shiny, and just look at the light glistening off of those angular geometric oh my goodness, it's beautiful. And
At the bottom.
because it's spoopy season, there is a pumpkin candle on the inside. So we're being festive, and we got the energy crystals. It's gonna be great.
Well, according to charmsoflight.com, amethyst is a powerful and protective stone. It guards against psychic attack, transmuting the energy into love and protecting the wearer from all types of harm, including geopathic and electromagnetic stress and ill wishes from others.
I would never wish you ill. Don't look at me in such accusation.
Amethyst is a natural tranquilizer. It relieves stress and strain, soothes irritability, balances mood swings, dispels anger, rage, fear, and anxiety.
Fire. There it is. There's the flame.
I'm sitting next to a pyro.
Oh, it
Yo,
went out.
guys.
My fan blew it out.
Austin farted in my apartment yesterday, and instead of using Febreze like a normal person, he lit a match to get rid of the smell.
That's a normal thing to do.
It's not.
All right. It's lit.
Especially not when there's a Febreze can readily accessible in the bathroom.
It was just so far away.
You're just a pyro.
Have you never lit a match, though, to get rid of fart smell?
No.
Never?
No.
That's like an old, I guess it's not an old wives' tale. It's just like a thing that my family did when I was young.
You must have always had really stinky farts.
Well, it kind of runs in the family. My grandpa definitely did. I don't know about my dad because my parents divorced when I was 2. But, yeah, grandpa, for sure. And me, for sure. Now that you guys all know about my bodily functions.
I told them already that your butthole worked really well. So
Unlike my ears and my
your listening hole.
and my talking holes.
Your listening hole doesn't work well, but your talking holes and your buttholes work real well. So
Thank you.
you're the one who decided to tell everybody that you farted. You had stinky fart.
Anyway, now that we have the candle lit and it's emitting powerful energies from the amethyst crystal, the powerful protective stone, don't try to psychic attack us because you won't be able to because we've got a magical amethyst force field around us. Bam. I have no idea what energies the pumpkin candle might emit, but with any luck, they're going to meld with the energies of the amethyst, and we're just going to become absolutely invincible to all and everything psychic energy / electromagnetic stress. Yeah, sure. Electromagnetic stress.
Also, I am wearing a rose quartz skull.
Oh, nice.
So I'm extra protected. I am extra protected.
Rose quartz is for like love and tranquility. Right?
It is called Rose Quartz, self-esteem and love, raises self-esteem and teaches us to love ourselves. This stone of unconditional love opens the heart chakra. Chakra?
It's chakra. I mispronounced it last episode.
Opens the heart chakra to love in all of its forms. Lowers stress and soothes. It is from the Joshua Tree Rock Shop. Shout out to Joshua Tree for letting me live my life.
A life of hippie crystal energy love, and a life of camping out in the desert and having a great time looking at the sunset.
Namaste.
You want to go? Nah, must stay. It was a bad joke, but we're moving on. Before we get into the episode, we have to have a disclaimer. And Kristen, could I ask you to read the disclaimer for the peanuts?
Why are you so awkward?
That's just how I am. I didn't know how to say. I need to work on my segues is the thing.
You can't segue as well as I can.
No, my segue skills are lacking.
Segue. Okay. Well, because you asked so nicely and awkwardly, I guess I can read you the disclaimer.
Yes, Pris.
Just so you all know, this is an intentionally argumentative podcast. We choose to take opposing sides of an argument for the sake of entertainment. Knock it off, whether or not our personal values align with it. The Court of Public Opinion podcast and its hosts do not necessarily endorse the views expressed in this program. Please do not pass judgment on our individual character based on our arguments. We're just here to have a good time yelling at each other over silly debate topics. And now that that's out of the way, what are we arguing today, Austin?
Today, Kristen, the argument has everything to do with the two most famous, in the United States anyways, board games played on a checkerboard with an 8x8 division into 64 tiles of alternating light and dark colors with game pieces that move across the board in attempts to capture or eliminate the opposition. Chess versus checkers. Yeah, brother.
Gross. I didn't like that.
It's the ultimate showdown.
There's an obvious winner off the bat. But before we get into it,
we have to teach you guys everything there is to know about chess and checkers, because obviously you probably don't know anything about either of these board games.
Or
so
you do.
We're here to inform you, the listeners, the peanuts.
The people.
Or
you do know about it, but we're just here to reinforce that knowledge.
Gotta hammer it in.
All right. So chess is a 2-player strategy board game on a checkered board with 64 squares arranged in an 8x8 grid, if you didn't already know that. Chess is believed to be derived from the Indian game chaturanga sometime before the 7th century. Have you heard of chaturanga?
Only in, like, yoga.
Yeah, I figured.
What move is that in yoga? I don't remember.
It's like the from high plank to low plank, and then you go to downward dog. But yes, the chaturanga.
Okay.
It's actually chess, but from India in the 7th century. Before the 7th century.
It was like the same game?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Chaturanga is also the likely ancestor of East Asian strategy games, including, oh boy.
You got this.
Zhangqi, Chinese chess, Zhanggi, Korean chess, and shogi, Japanese chess. Please let me know how poor my pronunciation was.
For all of our Eastern listeners.
Yeah. And, we steal everything from Asian countries, so that makes sense. And chess reached Europe via Persia and Arabia by the 9th century due to the Umayyad. Is it Umayyad?
Umayyad, my lord.
No.
Umayyad.
No. I definitely learned this in high school, but that was so long ago. I think it's the Umayyad conquest of Hispania. The queen and bishop assumed their current powers in Spain in the late 15th century, and the modern rules were standardized in the 19th century. I've got some fun facts about chess. You want to hear them?
Yes.
Okay. The first generally recognized world chess champion, Wilhelm Steinitz, claimed his title in 1886.
Is Wilhelm a German man? He sounds like a German man.
No.
No?
No.
Where does he hail from?
America.
Oh.
America.
All right, Wilhelm.
He won lots of championships for the America. Since 1948, the World Championship has been regulated by the Fédération Internationale des Échecs.
Beautiful.
I mix Spanish and French a little bit.
Des Échecs.
The game's, they call it FIDE, the game's international governing body. FIDE also awards lifetime master titles to skilled player, the highest of which is Grandmaster, which is a cool title considering the Grandmaster in like Marvel is
Tilda Swinton.
What?
Isn't that the actress who plays her?
The Grandmaster?
Yeah, the bald lady. Oh, are you talking Jeff Goldblum?
It's Jeff Goldblum. She's like she's from Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I thought she was the Grandmaster. Maybe they both have titles with the word master in them.
Please hold. Now
Googling time. Gotta learn about Marvel while we record.
The ancient one.
Oh, she is the ancient one.
It's funny because I was gonna say she's the old one, but that wasn't the same thing.
Accurate on multiple levels.
All right, so if you're really good at chess and you get a lifetime achievement, you get to be Jeff Goldblum. Also, certified is a member of the International Olympic Committee, which means chess can be considered a sport.
Oh, wow. Okay. Would you count it as a sport?
Yeah.
Like, based on personal ideas of what a sport is?
If we're allowed to say that e-gaming is sport, then chess can also be sport.
All right. How about golf?
Golf is a sport. What is wrong with you?
I've never felt like it should be, but maybe that's
Why?
just because,
Do you know how hard it is?
yeah.
You've clearly never played. It's just
it's
so...
so tricky. I've hit balls into a pool of water before.
Because you suck at it.
Because I'm not a wealthy, elderly white man.
Neither am I, and I can still aim a golf ball.
Well, then we won't be arguing is golf a sport in the future, because it clearly is. I've got some facts about checkers. Do you want to learn about them?
Let's ask the masses if they care about checkers. A resounding no. I know you're going to tell me anyway, though.
Checkers, also known as drafts in the UK, is a group of strategy.
Did you spell it differently? Because every article
Yes,
I read...
I was worried I was going to mispronounce it, okay? It's spelled...
Droughts.
It's spelled Draughts, but in our Google document, I felt it necessary to put Drafts because I was afraid that my poopy dum-dum brain would misread it as droughts. And that is the honest gospel truth. So, checkers, also known as drafts, in the UK, is a group of strategy board games for two players which involve diagonal moves of uniform game pieces and mandatory captures by jumping over opponent pieces. Drafts developed from Albuquerque.
Is that Albuquerque without the B?
Yeah, basically. Albuquerque is a Middle Eastern board game of somewhat similar design. Albuquerque is considered to be the parent of drafts. And
Droughts.
I literally almost mispronounced it. And Fanarona, a
Corona.
Coronavirus, a board game indigenous to Madagascar.
Oh, boy.
The name drafts derives from the verb to draw or to move. From what language? I don't know. Probably a Middle Eastern language, because that's where the game originated. But Wikipedia doesn't offer enough information.
Ooh.
And I was obviously way too lazy to look that up. The most popular forms of this game are English drafts, American checkers, and Russian drafts, all played on an 8x8 checkerboard. And then there's international drafts, played on a 10x10 board. Don't know how that works. Probably just more pieces. And then there's Canadian checkers, and then Singaporean/Malaysian checkers, locally known as dumb.
You're right.
Yeah, right.
It is dumb.
Which are both played on a 12x12 board, yet more pieces. So, there you go. Fun facts about checkers. The first World Checkers Drafts Championships was held in 1840. It was won by Scottish checkers player Andrew Anderson, who held his title for 4 years before being dethroned by fellow Scotsman James Willie. Or Wiley, I'm not sure.
It looks like Wiley.
James Wiley.
Coyote.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mimi.
his co-host, Andrew Jackson. I saw Andrew Anderson, and I thought Andrew Jackson. I was like, nah.
And James Wiley's biggest nemesis was Oscar Roadrunner.
Oscar.
It's the first one that came to my mind. Another fun fact, the new and improved Drafts World Championship, as opposed to the World Checkers/Drafts Championship, was organized by the World Drafts Federation and has been held every 2 years since 1948 and has been most frequently hosted in the Netherlands.
Every 2 years, you say?
Every 2 years. Was Checkers an annual thing?
Yeah.
Oh, well. All right, ghost in my room.
I just didn't like that.
Step off.
Yesterday when we were studying and working and stuff, some ghost definitely jumped on Austin's bed because it sounded like Molly had jumped on your bed or something.
And my bed is very loud, so
And
it
I
must have been a definitive sound. But
whipped around and was like, what the fuck?
and I didn't hear it because I had gentle piano music going on in my headphones as I studied. So I have no idea what happened or what's in here with us, aside from Molly, who is taking a
She's unbothered.
sweet little nap.
She
She out, dude. She out. Well, now that you guys have now that you have an extensive historical knowledge of both chess and checkers, let the debate over which is best begin!
I went first last week.
Just like imagine we have intro music, though. How epic would that have been?
Please don't copyright me, ESPN.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, why does that sound familiar? I don't sports. So it's like a very vague background memory of that sound. Bum, 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 bum. Okay.
Okay.
I'll go first. You want to set the timer for me?
3 minutes. Ready?
3. Oh, boy. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you that right now.
Every time I do it, Molly's like, what the fuck?
What is this noise? She's looking at the door like, where's that coming from? Oh, Molly.
She's like, I know you're laughing at me, you assholes. All right. If you insist. 3, 2. Are you gonna, like, explode?
Maybe. You're building up the suspense enough.
1 go.
Good day, your honors, and may it please the court. Austin Andrade, on behalf of Checkers, is the better checkered board game. Checkers is an ancient game that can be learned in just a few minutes, but will challenge the sophisticated player for a lifetime.
False.
Computer programmers have trouble programming computers to play an adequate game of checkers because of the intricacies and subtleties of the game that lie just under the surface.
Oh my god.
Chess is fine and all, but why are you going to waste your time figuring out what all of those pieces do and where they can go when you can have a game where every piece has the same mobility? Each piece can move forward, diagonally, one space, or hop the opponent's pieces to capture them. If a piece makes it to the opposite side and it is crowned king, then it can move both forward and back, and that's all there is to it, guys.
How boring.
That's all there is to it. You want me to read you some definitions?
How boring.
Wet is defined as
Boring?
moisture.
Chess. Curs.
Chess curse. Yes, chess is so boring. And think about it. All those different chess pieces with different moves, it's just too much.
For
checkers,
tiny-brained people like you.
every checkers piece looks and moves the same way, and the game still requires competitive strategy between players. They are forced to think ahead and to find ways to outsmart their opponent in a game with a lower barrier to entry. Next thing. Many young children have started their gameplay of tabletop games with checkers. Its colorful board and simple rules make it the perfect game for the young youths of the world.
The young youths.
The young youths.
You can just call them youths. That's repetitive.
I mean, come on, Peanuts. If you're not going to endorse my argument for my sake, do it for the children.
Objection, Your Honor.
Do it for the children. Because everyone has to start somewhere, right? Without checkers, your child has to dive right into chess or some other more complicated board game.
Literally, who said?
Kids don't have the patience or attention span to deal with all that shit.
Maybe you, because you have undiagnosed ADHD or something.
Factual.
But that's also why this doesn't work as well.
Ding, 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 ding. This is a game show. Kristen just won. And
I always win.
But when those children get frustrated and quit out of frustration, kids don't. What I was saying before was that kids don't have the patience or attention span to deal with that shit, like me, because I got the undiagnosed ADHD. And when they quit trying to play chess out of frustration at its complicated rules, that ruins tabletop gaming for them forever.
That is a hefty assumption you just made, and you can't.
Slippery slope.
Correct, and you cannot back that up with evidence.
My evidence is that a child will never have the opportunity to move forward to even better tabletop games if they don't start with checkers. Think about it. Your kid could be missing out on playing Avalon or Coup or even Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure nobody knows what those first two games are. They're great games, and they're fantastic games, I'm telling you. And they're games that me and my roommates play all the time. They're great. Avalon, Coup, look it up. But Dungeons and Dragons, people, you know what it is, and you know it's great. And you know it takes a lot of reading to have any level of understanding of. But if you don't start at Checkers, how are you ever going to get that motivation to bolster yourself into tackling the tough stuff like Dungeons and Dragons?
So, this is a dumb argument, because let me ask you. Did you play checkers as a kid?
I sure did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I remember my first checkers board. It was a little cardboard one, and the pieces were plastic, like really crappy plastic. And I would actually bring it to a friend's house. Oop, this is an anecdote. Getting back into the argument. Don't worry about that stuff.
Have you ever gotten frustrated playing chess?
Look, yes, I have.
And you quit everything? You quit everything, you didn't even get to Dungeons and Dragons because you got so frustrated at chess?
No, it's because I started
wait a
with
minute.
checkers.
He's talking over me. Oh, wait a minute. He actually DMs sometimes in Dungeons and Dragons. So no, it didn't deter you from playing any other tabletop games. You just admitted you play Avalon and Coup. So why would you make a stupid argument like that when you know I can refute it with your own life? You can't explain that?
No, I can't.
So I would expect you to move on before your time runs out.
The only reason that happened is because I started with checkers.
No.
Now, checkers even offers cognitive developmental benefits such as memory recall, concentration, decision-making, and sound judgment.
But you have none of that and you played checkers. I would move on if I were you, because this is not a good argument.
Well, here, how about this? Checkers is the ultimate minimalist board game.
What? Have you never played Trouble? Or Sorry or something? Like, you literally just move
those
forward.
all have specialized pieces and cards that you have to print out. But
it's about as special as a checker. Let me tell you, one of those little pegs that goes in the hole.
Guess what? With checkers, who needs all that fancy dressing to play a good board game? All you need for checkers is a checkered board and 24 pieces. You can literally...
all you need for Trouble is a board and a little peg.
You could literally improvise a makeshift game of checkers out of anything. Think about it. Rocks, leaves, loose change, you name it.
Sounds like a lot of work, counselor.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla. So next time you and your friends are lost in the woods with nothing to do and boredom slowly eating away your will to
for
live.
help instead of playing checkers. This is some bad advice.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, that
you're totally fine, not gonna die, nobody's looking for you, it's fine.
You've done all the preparations, you've set up your camp, you've got the fire cooking, you've got the food hung up in a tree so bears don't get it, and you've got a lean-to, and then you're like, crap, what else do we do? Oh my god, I'm getting so bored, and the boredom is eating away at my self-worth, and I'm going to just melt into a goopy pile of bored human. Well, what you can do is you can grab a stick and then draw yourself a checkerboard in the dirt, and then you're going to have hours of competitive entertainment in no time.
Maybe 1 hour before everybody gets bored and then dies of boredom again.
But by then, there will probably be like a coyote attack in the woods or something. In the woods? Coyotes don't live in the woods. Never mind. I have a quote from the greatest checkers player in the world.
Who nobody has ever heard of.
Has anybody ever heard of a famous chess player?
Yes.
Like who?
We'll get to it, but off the top of my head...
I'm running out of time.
Off the top of my head, Bobby Fischer, everybody's heard of. And if you haven't, you might be an uncultured swine, and I assume you haven't because that was not a reaction.
Now, if you haven't heard
uncultured swine.
If you haven't heard of Marion F. Tinsley,
that's because nobody cares.
You are an uncultured swine. Once he won.
Say that to my face.
Marion F. Tinsley.
Nope.
Don't know who that is? You're an uncultured swine.
Go sit in the closet. 3,
Can you pause the timer?
2, 1. Austin, you have to sing me a song while you think about what you've done. Why that one? You don't know the rest, do you? Have you learned your lesson yet?
What do you think?
Nope. Sing another song. I can't even think of another song. Skip. Hey Google, skip. All right, be back in this chair in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was cool.
Have you learned your lesson?
Do you want an honest answer? I'm never going to learn. You have to know this.
You may not call me an uncultured swine, only I may call you an uncultured swine.
Seems like a double standard.
You would know about those, wouldn't you?
Oh, snap! She's not wrong.
Oh,
But
what I forgot to tell them during our updates section is that
Now?
not only
Okay.
does Austin like to talk over me, but he also likes to roll over me while we're playing D&D. He almost killed my character because he decided to roll his dice into mine, wrecking my roll,
It wrecked
causing
mine
me
too.
to be attacked.
What were we fighting?
A mouth thing. A
A
thing.
gibbering mouther. But
He-
we were low on health.
He ended my ability to do anything.
Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons podcast. The greatest checkers player in the world, Mr. Marion F. Tinsley.
Mosby?
You know the guy.
Marion. Continue.
Marion F. Tinsley once said, "Chess is like looking across an ocean, while checkers is like looking down a well. One is daunting and intimidating. The other provides water for the town."
So for the plebes. Chess is for the plebes.
Chess brings life. No, checkers brings life.
You were right the first time.
Arr.
No, pirates are better, huh?
It's been how many weeks since Talk Like a Pirate Day?
Since we found out that pirates are way better than ninjas.
Since we had to take a break from podcasting for life stress, but had we recorded that episode and released it on International Talk Like a Pirate Day, I would have annoyed the...
You already annoyed
Bejeebers
the
out of you.
bejeebers out of me.
But imagine the level of annoyance coming from me talking like a pirate the entire episode.
It's not much higher than you existing, so.
Okay, so I've set the bar, and I'm okay with that.
20 seconds.
I would also like to note, now that we're talking about holidays, that National Chess Day is today, the episode when this episode comes out, but National Checkers Day was only a few weeks ago on September 24th, within a week of both of our birthdays, so we sort of have to have like some level of tie to checkers, right?
No.
And that's my argument, everyone.
Prepare to be destroyed. Are you ready
I'm ready.
to be obliterated?
Totally. Every single time we do this, I prepare myself for obliteration.
No, you don't. It's really funny when you get taken by surprise every time, though.
It's part of
Makes it
it's
all
a
worth
feature
it.
of the show.
Alrighty then. Please scroll
3.
to
You the lollipop owl now? What is it?
Yes.
Tootsie Pop?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
The world may never know. Go!
Good day, your honors, and may it please the court. Kristen Bradley on the one, the only, the obvious choice, the chess. Well, first of all, it is well established that chess is for the geniuses of the world, while checkers is for the morons. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out checkers. I'm pretty sure monkeys can play it, actually. And, well, they can beat simple-minded humans like my host, whatever you want to call him.
Do you have data to support that?
Of course. Would you like to play a monkey right now? Thank you. Point being, checkers is very simple. Pieces move exactly the same way and blah, 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 boring rules. Chess, on the other hand, is a complex and stimulating exercise in strategy. The goal of the game is to fucking checkmate your opponent, aka trap the king. This is a tale of lies, deception, and espionage. Mind
So like a ninja?
blown. Shut your mouth. And that is inherently more fun than moving stupid little circles on a linear plane. Boring. Fun fact, checkmate comes from the Persian phrase shamat, meaning the king is ambushed. ambushing too. So fun.
What is a linear plane?
Your stupid little checkers game. The pieces all
It's the same board.
The pieces all have different rules. You can only move forward and diagonally.
Okay.
The pieces all have different rules of movement. So inherently, chess players have to use their brains more than checkers players. Who are we kidding? No one calls themselves checkers players anyway. The rules. A king can move exactly one square horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. Once per game, a king can castle. And if you don't want to know what a castle is, you're going to have to go look it up yourself. It is way too complex to explain. Queen.
Way too complex.
Because you're too dumb. Queen. Any number of vacant squares diagonally, horizontally, or vertically. She can move wherever she wants because she's the fucking queen.
Are you going to go through every piece?
I'm sorry. Do I ever get annoyed at you for
Yes.
explaining every little thing? But do I let you finish anyway?
I will let you finish.
All right. If
I
you
just felt
don't
like
shut
I'd
up,
throw it back
you're
at you a
going to go
little.
in the corner and I'm going to replace you with Molly because she is a much more respectable opponent. 3. The rook can move any number of vacant squares vertically or horizontally, also moved while castling. The bishop can move any number of vacant squares in any diagonal direction. The knight, you know,
The horsey.
can move one square along any rank or file and then at an angle. And for those of you who don't know what that means, they can make an L or a 7.
Weenie.
And pawns can move forward one square if the square is unoccupied. If the pawn hasn't moved yet in the game, it can go forward 2 vacant squares, but both of them have to be vacant. Pawns can't move backwards. The pawn has a ton of rules, though, and you didn't come here to listen to me preach about the rules of chess, so I guess I'll move on.
Wait, no, tell me what a pawn does.
Leave me alone.
I'm eager
the
to
point
learn.
is, I will knock you out of your chair. The point is, it is difficult to learn and master these rules. Literally, the world's best and brightest work their whole lives on their chess game. Not a single respectable person would walk in here and be like, yo, I've been working on my whole life on checkers, because that is just straight up embarrassing. If you have to work your whole life on your checkers game, it means you must not be very smart.
That is an insult to Mr. Marion F. Tinsley.
I think it's also an insult to you. If
That's
you
what you
are
were going for.
still not convinced, I guess I'll bring up my second point. The game is somewhat a commentary and a paradox, which is why people are so drawn to it. The king is supposedly the most powerful character, but he can only move one square at a time, while the pawn, the least important and the most replaceable, seemingly, becomes increasingly powerful as the game continues. The ways the pieces move and how captures are affected makes the game interesting and endears many to play. Also, I brought up that the queen gets to move however the fuck she wants, and that makes it worth playing for me. Third, chess is never boring. There are so many ways that a game can come out in just the first 4 moves. Because of the uncountable possible moves and strategies enacted in a game of chess, you are more likely, and get this folks, you are more likely to win the lottery than play the same game of chess twice. That's crazy. Moreover, chess is more entertaining than checkers because the strategies involved are more intense and compelling. Nothing in chess is left to luck. Every move is calculated. There are no throwaway moves, or you lose. This goes back to my first point of chess, which requires the level of thinking known to be possessed by the smartest people in the world, which is why Austin can't play. Do you ever wonder why you see chess games as the settings of negotiations in popular culture? Or why pop culture always chooses chess over checkers in trying to get the message across that the players are smart? It's because it is a well-known fact that playing chess at any level requires higher than average competency. But chess at a high level, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Fourth, chess helps to build a better society and build youthful minds. This will knock your stupid argument right off its chair. In Armenia, chess is mandatory subject in school. Studies show that chess develops various skills, including leadership capacities, decision-making, strategic planning, logical thinking, and responsibility, all of which you don't have. Being taught at an early I love you. Being taught at an early age to get to strategically you messed me up. I was on a roll and your stupid little face made me mess up. Being taught at an early age how to strategically maneuver through being trapped or to your next move, encourage children to foster these skills into adulthood. It's a transferable skill. Stop. We can use more problem solvers and thinkers in our very troubled society. Here are some more benefits of teaching children to play chess, and these are really important, so you better pay attention.
Listening up.
This helps children gain insights into the nature of competition, which will help them in any competitive endeavor. They will learn to call upon higher order thinking skills, analyze actions and consequences, and visualize future possibilities. That's pretty high level. In countries where chess is offered widely in schools, students exhibit excellence in the ability to recognize complex patterns and consequently excel in math and science. If we had that here, there would be less people like me out there. Suck at math. There are more general benefits to learning chess at any age, so there's still hope for you, Bubba.
Well, wait. So you said that chess helps you learn math skills? But I'm good at math. But I didn't play chess that much. But then I'm also like...
Chess helps students exhibit excellence in the ability to recognize complex patterns and consequently excel in math and science. It doesn't mean that you have to play chess to be good at math and science. You just made the worst logical fallacy.
I make them all the time, so...
Which is why you should listen up to this next part, because there are more general benefits to learning chess at any age. Chess develops memory. It's a complicated game. Many people memorize different opening variations and learn to recognize various patterns and lengthy variations. You need some help with your memory.
So we should be playing some more chess.
Yes. Chess improves concentration, which you also struggle with.
Oh, man.
You must focus throughout the game, and your one goal is to checkmate and win.
So the
Focus.
thing with all of those is that checkers also offers these benefits.
No, they don't. Not as good as chess, because checkers is boring and I check out in 2 seconds. Chess develops logical thinking, which you don't have at all. Clearly, checkers did not help you with that. The game requires some understanding of logical strategy, so you build your logical thinking skills. Chess inspires self-motivation. You need the best move, the best plan, the best strategy. It all comes from you, and you steer yourself forward to victory! Also, chess shows that success rewards hard work. This is not just in winning, but also playing a commendable game against a formidable opponent. Again, everybody knows that chess masters are geniuses. And blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. This list is just really a list of why, Austin, you should look into learning how to play chess, I guess.
I know how to play. I think we should play together sometime. It should be fun.
Maybe it'll improve your memory and your concentration.
Maybe.
5th, chess kits just look so much cooler than checkers kits, and you can't deny that. Let's face it. Nothing can make checkers look cool, dude. They're circular chips on a stupid board. Chess, on the other hand, imagine what kind of materials you could use to make the pieces look. Hear me out, guys. Crystal chess pieces. Enough said.
All made of rose quartz.
Hell yeah.
I can get behind that.
6th, chess is an internationally loved game, not just here in the UK and Canada and Malaysia.
So is checkers.
No, you listed like 4 states. If you look at the list of
The
countries
Netherlands,
that compete
Russia. Did you just stop your timer?
at 1 second, because I didn't want to hear the beep. If you look at the list of all the countries that compete in the World Chess Championship, it's way longer than checkers.
Did you
And
look at
it's
both lists?
way more respectable because
I don't
we
think you
have
did.
it every year, and you can't even have it every year because nobody plays checkers. You gotta wait 2 years.
No, it's a more esteemed
No.
event, like
No.
the Olympics.
Incorrect. Even tennis has your games not even year. They have it like every month. Also, all of the
Who
individuals.
watches tennis?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, during
All
the
people.
Olympics.
During the Olympics. Not every
Okay,
day,
so nobody
month.
watches checkers because they're not the Olympics. Oh my god, it happens every 2 years.
Oh my god.
Nobody even watches it when it comes on, so whatever. But look, Reddit has its own r/chess feed, and there are so many followers, and they talk about so many things that the average brain can't understand. It's way better. Okay, well, you die. It's an internationally loved game. Many play. You don't even have to speak the same language as someone to play. Yo, we could start a campaign for world peace if everyone just learned how to play chess.
Isn't it really competitive?
Yeah, but people respect each other. What's
Oh.
your point? You can be competitive and still respectful. The last thing I'll leave you with is the name Judith Polgar.
Who dat?
I was going to tell you. She's still alive. She is a child prodigy female chess master. She broke into the FIDE top 100 player rating list at number 55 when she was 12 and became a grandmaster at the age of 15 years and 4 months, which broke Bobby Fischer's record for youngest person to become a grandmaster. Chess's high profile as a game that elicits a player's intelligence allowed Judith to smash the patriarchy and show the world that women are so much smarter than men. Just kidding. But she broke through boundaries at the age of 12 and proved that men are not smarter than women and used chess as her medium to do so. And I think I've said enough.
That's pretty badass. Checkers masters are also called grandmasters.
But nobody cares about checkers grandmasters because chess grandmasters are so much smarter.
Obviously.
Everyone's heard of Bobby Fischer.
I will be honest, I haven't, but I don't know anything about pop culture
Guaranteed
at all,
you've seen a movie and Bobby Fischer's in it playing chess.
Oh, so he's an actor too.
Well, because he was so good at chess that they put him in TV shows and movies.
You know what I'm really good at?
Nothing.
Segues into our into our ad break. Here it is. That was bad, but I'm proud of it.
Not everyone can be a Segway master like yours truly.
Nope, definitely not. But it's something I think I'm going to workshop. Maybe if I play more chess. But also, if I play more chess, maybe Nope, it's not going to be a good segue. It's time for expert opinions, y'all.
Maybe you'll be an expert at something if you play more chess.
Hell yeah. Like these upcoming experts in expert opinions. Time to hear some opinions from people who claim to be experts.
I don't think we'll ever get back to when you were actually good at that.
Was I ever good at that?
There was like one episode.
Maybe I'll try to plan ahead. I'm just having fun with improvising it because the level of god-awfulness that I think it is hilarious to me.
Would you
we
like
said,
to go
expert
first?
opinions.
Would
Yes.
I like to go first?
I think you can go first.
All right. So I started on chess.com/forum/view/general/1000000 -reasons -y -chess -is -better -than -checkers.
That's a tongue twister if I've ever heard one.
So, in response to the thread, one Googleplex, reasons why chess is better than checkers, part 1.
That's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And this is only part 1.
Correct.
How many are in part 2? Like 7 Googleplex? Oh my god.
All right. So, the big decline says, quote, "The pieces look more appealing," end quote.
I was expecting a banana pun.
Why a banana pun? Oh, appealing.
Because they're appealing.
I wonder if chess can help you with your humor.
That wasn't one of the things that you listed, so I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, he or she, the big decline, is correct. The pieces on a chessboard are so much sexier.
But the minimalist nature of checkers, all you need is a little circle disc, or a rock, or a stick.
Nope. This next one from New Ardweden says, reason 10. There's no money in checkers.
Because it's not as popular because...
Basically, all New Ardweden cares about is getting paid.
New Ardweden is a sellout. You know what we're not? Sellouts.
False.
Are you?
How do you think we're going to be able to afford our $1,000,000,000 mansion?
Kristen's gonna sell out, and I'm gonna mooch.
Yep.
You heard it here first, folks.
Humble Bios wrote, "God doesn't like checkers as much. He likes chess, or he'd be having me write on the checkers website, not on here. LOL." To which Saint Michael ID replied, "Please no religious things. They may insult other."
Other what?
Just other.
Saint Michael is I guess he's not a human. He's a saint. So
Saints
they may insult other beings. Or Saint Michael. Maybe the saints were aliens.
What if that's not Saint and it's Street Michael?
Street Michael D. Or like straight Michael D. Look out. He's not into religious things because they may insult other.
And
well, now I want to comment on humble bios because don't bring God into it, first of all, and then also don't use that as an excuse to be a butthole because it's saying like, oh, God wouldn't have me riding on here. Well, you take responsibility for your own actions, humble bios.
Are you done ranting?
Yeah.
This last one comes from Tara Hammer, and she says, reason 22, chess is about sniping. Checkers is about genocide.
I'm sorry, what?
Your game is about genocide.
How?
Because you take out all of the other person's pieces.
Oh, while checkers is okay. You're
sniping the king.
You're setting up the position to where the king has nowhere to run, and so then he gets shot. I get it.
And for those of you wondering, no, the thread did not reach a Googleplex reasons. It reached exactly 22 and died in August of 2013.
Oh, so it was like a forum asking people to continue. So there is no part 2.
No, there was a part 2.
Why didn't they just add them to part 1? I don't understand the internet sometimes. But okay.
Your turn.
My turn. Well, I took it upon myself to go to Quora.com.
Yeah, that's why I didn't, everybody.
Because I took it first?
Yeah.
I didn't even call dibs. So, on Quora.com. Because I'm a trash manda.
I'm a trash manda, yeah.
This Quora article debate. Which is harder, chess or checkers? Molly, I'm going to need to ask you to stop judging me right now. A Quora article. Which is harder, chess or checkers? We've got a response to this one. From Lord Nelson, a self-taught checkers or chess player who's been playing for 18 years. He didn't specify which of the two he's been playing for 18 years, but he answered the question, which is harder, chess or checkers, on December 8th, 2018. He said, chess and checkers are not even on the same planet when it comes to difficulty. Chess is magnitudes and magnitudes more difficult than checkers. They are played on the same board, but checkers uses only half the square and uses less pieces. Talking of those pieces, there is only one kind of piece in checkers, which moves in one specific way and only changing when it reaches the last rank. So in total, 2 kinds of pieces. Chess, on the other hand, has 7 different pieces, ranks, each with its own way of moving, and if you look at the pawn, it moves in 4 different ways. To add to this, the pawn can promote into any price when it reaches the last rank. Checkers has been solved already by computers which have calculated all the possible board permutations and come up with a winning or drawing strategy for each, making them unbeatable. Chess, on the other hand, even with advances in computing being factored in, is nowhere near being solved. The sheer number of possible combinations is high enough that even modern supercomputers haven't gone through all the possible board combinations you can have, is in the order of 10 to the power of 43. That is enough to crash any computer. I could go on, but I think you get the picture.
Oh, well, that was a fun rant to listen to.
Apologies to all the British listeners, but Lord Nelson sounded like he was from the UK in my mind, so that's what he became.
Lord Nelson. I'm pretty sure
Sorry, not sorry.
One computer beat someone at chess once.
Well, if you're talking about the Windows chess game, the computers definitely beat this guy.
Sugu!
Sugu! So many times. I can't even beat the easy mode on freaking chess on Windows. It's so infuriating. At least when you're playing against another human, they can,
Fuck up.
I don't know, make fun of you. And then we laugh.
Would you like it if your computer just started taunting you?
No,
for
I would.
making stupid.
I'd be so upset. It'd be like the Microsoft Sam voice too. Wow, you suck. My goodness, you're such an idiot.
Hey Siri, tell Austin he's an idiot.
That's not nice.
No, it's not. You are correct.
Hey Siri, tell Austin he's an idiot.
Here's your message. Ready to send it? Okay, it's sent.
There it is. Text from Kristen Bradley. He's an idiot. Thank you. You got another expert opinion for us?
Of course I do. Remember
of
when
course.
I was talking about that Reddit forum for all of the chess players out
Yes,
there?
I do.
Well,
Smarty pants.
here's a Reddit thread called "Who were/are the strongest celebrities that play chess?" So we've got quite a few. Let's crack into it. Sycophant says.
Sycophant or a sycophant?
Sycophant
Oh, okay.
says Humphrey Bogart was 2100 strength or so and hustled. I'm assuming that means he like told people he sucked and then hustled them.
I don't know what 2100 strength means. It's under 9,000, so it's probably not that good.
Go look it up.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah.
Oh. In order to participate in the World Youth Championship chess tournament, you must be rated 2100 by the beginning of June.
Okay, this is youth.
Youth. The young youths. What does it mean?
Chess rating system on the Wikipedia.
There it is. The ELO rating system. It was invented by Arpad ELO and is the most common rating system used by the FIDE and other organizations to basically judge how good you are at chess.
That 2000 to 2200 is right before you can start being one of the FIDE masters.
But you're not a grandmaster until you get
No,
above
grandmaster is like
3,000.
the top. But you can informally be called a super grandmaster
Oh,
at 2700 plus.
hot damn.
Judith was 2500 to 2700 when she was 15.
Oh my god.
So
I couldn't even begin to fathom trying to talk to a child who's 15 years old who has what I'm assuming is an IQ that's really, really high just because she's really, really good at chess. I feel like talking to somebody who's so good at a strategy game like that bleeds that strategy into everyday life and could almost predict whatever I could say. I'm also a very predictable individual, so that doesn't help. But I would be intimidated by a 15-year-old is what I'm getting at. Who's got a 2100 strength?
Humphrey Bogart.
Good for you, Humph.
All right, Chadworth Puffington says, also, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a fairly strong celebrity. He took on Kasparov in chess. And could you go ahead and do a quick Google search on Kasparov?
Kasparov. He's a Russian chess grandmaster, former world chess champion, writer, and political activist from 1986 until his retirement in 2005. Kasparov has ranked world number 1 for 225 out of 228 months of the 255 months overall in his career.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Wow.
And so,
His peak rating was 2851,
oh my god.
which is higher than the highest.
You want to know where my rating is?
Below 1200.
Novice.
All right.
Below novice.
We've got a response to this comment from
That Arnold Schwarzenegger is a fairly strong celebrity?
from My Love Hammer, who said
I don't want to hear what my love hammer has to say.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a fairly strong celebrity. ... Side-eye emoji, side-eye emoji, side-eye emoji, side-eye emoji, side-eye emoji.
I mean, if the shoe fits, the username fits too.
We've got another one from Porterism,
Okay.
who wrote Madonna's highest rating has been 2000, which is pretty cool. And then Chadworth Puffington comes back and
Oh,
replies,
Chad's back.
Prince used to party like he was rated 1999.
Honestly, if I didn't think I'd feel like an idiot around these people, I'd want to be their best friends.
Just humor. You gotta love it.
God damn.
All right.
Chadworth. Good shit.
Chadworth Puffington, I want to be your friend, but you are too smart to be my friend. So, because I saw this, I went to IMDb, which has a whole webpage dedicated to educating us on which celebrities play chess.
Oh.
And here are the most entertaining entries. We've got number 1, Julia Roberts.
Wait, they play chess in everyday life?
Yes. Julia Roberts. And if you don't know who she is the Pretty Woman. We've also got Nicolas Cage, and if you don't know what he's from, you not woke.
Sorcerer's Apprentice? That's the film he's most famous for, right?
Incorrect.
The one with the bus?
The one with the bees. You haven't seen that meme? The bees!
I know the one with Oprah.
You haven't seen the bees?
Bees! Everybody gets the bees.
Google it.
Oh, that one with Nicolas Cage. Oh, God.
He's in a cage. National Treasure. If you're still confused.
No. He's in that?
And knowing. We've also got, at number 3, the Chuck Norris. Not only can he kick your ass with his feet, but he can also kick your ass at chess.
And the fist that's hidden within his beard.
Number 4, we've got Arnold. I already talked about him, though. Number 5, we've got Al Pacino. Number 6, we've got the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not the other one. But
No.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not the, you know how, like, on Twitter, they're, like, the real Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh,
This
yes.
one's the real Leonardo DiCaprio, not...
As opposed to the fake Bill Nye last episode.
Correct. At number
And the fake Stephen Hawking, who's definitely dead. Sorry I'm talking over you, but I just had to continue the joke. Also wanted to comment on the fact that Leonardo DiCaprio is probably only good at chess because he was mauled by a bear. And everybody knows that after you get mauled by a bear, you become really good at chess. So he's got an unfair advantage. Who's next?
Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, plays
Dang.
chess.
He's also a legend.
At number 8, we have Mikhail Baryshnikov. And of course he plays chess because he's fucking brilliant.
Now, this is a name that I've heard but cannot put a face to.
Google it.
This is going to become the podcast where Austin doesn't know people's names and has to Google them.
No, you spelled it wrong.
Spell it for me.
K
K
H
H
A
A
I
I L.
Baryshnikov.
Mikhail
You've never seen White Nights?
Nikolaevich Baryshnikov. He's a Latvian-born Russian-American dancer, choreographer, and actor. For all of those of you who were wondering, who are like me and didn't know who that was.
He's a very famous ballet dancer, male ballet dancer. He's in a movie called White Nights. It's very good.
And he plays chess.
Of course he did, because he is brilliant.
Who else plays chess?
Jessica Simpson.
Whoa!
Who saw that coming? Not me. We've also got Danny DeVito. Oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work.
Yeah.
Every time I make a Mean Girls reference, Austin doesn't get it.
It's going right over me. And we just passed October 3rd, so...
Edgar watches Mean Girls.
I heard it playing in the other room.
That's why Edgar is my favorite and not you.
Shout out to Edgar.
We've also got Katharine Hepburn.
Is she related to the great Aubrey Hepburn?
Audrey.
Audrey?
Oh, boy. We've also got Humphrey Bogart, but we already talked
We know
about
this.
him.
We know this.
David Letterman.
Of course.
Antonio Banderas.
Was there any doubt?
And the Madonna.
Oh my goodness. Look at all these lovely people who know how to play checkers, who are obviously smarter than me, and are doing way better in their careers than I am.
I'm sorry. They play what?
I said checkers, didn't I? Yeah, I mean, they probably know how to play checkers too.
Yeah,
so-
because a monkey can play checkers. God.
Are there any more on your list?
Embarrassing. No. Not that I wanted to talk about.
Okay, fine. Well, I want to talk about some stuff. I'm trying way too hard at this segue thing.
You don't need to segue every fucking time.
Yeah, it's...
You just need a transition word.
If I over practice,
So
then I'll
anyway,
eventually get good.
like.
Is that your transition word? So anyway, I'm like,
You got a problem with that?
no.
All right, read your reviews.
Okay. I took it upon myself to try a little thing that was a little different in terms of finding reviews. I went into the Apple App Store to check out some chess and checkers app game reviews. And honestly, bugs on apps make for the most entertaining 1-star reviews. So here we go. The chess app, 4.5 out of 5 stars, 73,000 ratings, 87 on the leaderboards for ages 4+. We get a 1-star review coming from Tiara ADMK on September 2nd saying, cheating, cheating, cheating. At first, I didn't even notice, but I have multiple screen recordings to make sure I wasn't crazy. But it's always making illegal moves. Just now, the bishop just jumped out and moved forward like a rook when my knight threatened it, or during one game towards the end, the rook was moving around like a queen. And every time I'm about to checkmate it, calls it a stalemate. This needs to be fixed. I'm deleting and using another chess app, period.
That's why you don't play computers and chess.
They're gonna beat you, like they beat me. And I have a strong feeling that Tiara ADMK has about the level of cognitive ability that I do when it comes to playing chess. They're just more butthurt about losing than I am. And then I'm not gonna just look at 1-star reviews of chess apps. I also looked at the checkers apps. So we got one from Checkers app. It's ranked 4.6 out of 5 stars. It's 138 on the leaderboards.
And it
also
only
for
has
ages,
38,000 reviews.
And it's also for ages 4 and up.
Clearly, chess is better.
Here's another 1-star review coming in at us from Abriel16 on February 17th. 1 star. Just bad. I know how to play checkers, and this game doesn't. Firstly, the hints do not work. I used the hints, and it just doesn't do anything. Secondly, it doesn't allow me to double jump when I can. Next, the king is no use. Lastly, the CPU doesn't make any sense. So, if you enjoy checkers, please remember this review, and this game does not make sense. This game was a waste of time. No hate, but it's just bad.
No hate.
No hate, but
No hate, but 1 star for you.
yeah, no kidding. And Abriel, they were very clear that they know how to play checkers.
Hey,
But-
Gabrielle.
They also use the hints, which is some bullshit that I would pull.
They just wanted to see if it worked.
I don't think Gabriel knows how to play checkers. Another 1-star review for the same checkers app from user HDHFNFC. Coming in on November 30th. 1 star. Most annoying thing ever?
Hmm?
Let's give them a different voice. Most annoying thing ever?
I don't like that one. Change it.
I like to play chess, so I downloaded.
No, veto. Pick another one.
Give me a prompt. Give me something. Who do you want me to be?
John Mulaney.
Hold on. Most annoying thing ever? I like to play chess, so I downloaded this game, and it is so annoying that the game make you move where you get eaten. You can't even choose another chess coin. When it makes you pick one, I can't even play the hard, medium, or easy modes correctly. When it does that, please fix. That is so annoying.
That was the most confusing thing. That was so incoherent.
I also don't think my John Mulaney was great, but hey, when you're trying to read that bullshit,
to be stressed.
let's do it.
Okay. Oh.
I like to play chess, so I downloaded this game, and it is so annoying that the game make you move where you get eaten. You can't even choose another chess coin. When it makes you pick one, I can't even play the hard, medium, or easy modes correctly. When it does that, please fix. That's so annoying. I still don't know what I read. So
That's so annoying.
So annoying? It's a question. Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation mark, question mark. that's all I have. So, yeah.
Chess is better than
And
checkers.
Don't play chess apps on your phone or checkers apps. Okay, fine.
All right. And
The verdict.
chess is better than checkers.
I agree. Well, hey, guys. Guess what? That's the debate. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for doing so. We hope you find our visual presentation of this podcast just as entertaining, if not more so, than our auditory one. And for all of y'all who are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and any of those other podcast apps, thank you for enjoying the sounds of our voices. Also, for those of you watching on YouTube, go ahead and please give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. We're coming at you every weekend, every Saturday at 10 a.m. And go ahead and type something in the comments to let us know what you think about the debates. If you want to shoot us any suggestions, YouTube comments are a great place for that. Basically, do all of the things.
Do all of the things. And if there's anything you think we missed, you can email us your thoughts, updates, and additional debate points to CoPOPod@gmail.com. That is CoPOPod @gmail.com. Just put Court of Appeals in the subject line. Or you can send us future argument suggestions by putting debate about it in the subject line. Austin, what are we arguing next week?
Next week, well, Kristen, you know those little moving pictures that you find on the interwebs sometimes that are often associated with internet memes, but then they're also very funny, similar to the one of Nicolas Cage in The Cage of Bees that we just watched? What are those called?
GIF.
Are you sure about that?
100%.
Tune in next week, folk, for how do you pronounce
Folk.
G-I-F?
All
GIF
one
or
of you-
GIF?
All one of you folk.
All of you one folk listening to this here podcast, get ready, because next week is going to be a shit show. Thank you, guys.
So much for listening to the Court of Public Opinion, a Loaded Dice production. If you like the podcast, please go into Apple or Google Podcasts, leave us 5 stars, and write a quick review as well. That will help grow the podcast and get more people arguing these same silly debate topics in their own homes.
We want you guys to duke it out with one another. Start fist fights with your family. And if you... If you would like to hear more of me, my voice, my obnoxious mug, I star in a D&D podcast, another Loaded Dice Productions podcast, called D&Derailed. It's a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign set in the modern world. It has a kick-ass soundtrack, an interesting cast of characters, and our DM, Jordan, is a phenomenal storyteller. So if you're into Dungeons & Dragons, go ahead and look up D&Derailed, the Griffon City Chronicles. That's Griffon Chronicles, wherever you listen to podcasts.
You know where you can find D&Derailed and Court of Public Opinion in one place?
Where?
The Instagram.
Whoa.
You can follow Court of Public Opinion on Instagram at CoPOPod, that is at CoPOPod, and you can follow our adventure and travel Instagram at doubledown_adventures, where you can see us going on hikes, camping trips, and other adventures. We want to go apple picking, so that'll be a fun one. And I just finished editing our first ever IGTV video, and that's going up this week, so go check it out. You can also find D&Derailed on Instagram at
D&Derailed. That's D, the letter N, derailed on
Perfect.
Instagram.
Nailed it. And if any of you other peanuts would also like to hashtag support the court, you can hashtag join the jury on patreon.com/CoPOPod. There's a $1 a month Peanut Gallery Plus tier if you want to support us even just a little bit. It means the world to us that you would even send $1.
And there is a $5 a month jury member tier where you'll get all the access to our announcements, bonus contents, and if my editing schedule keeps up the way it's been going, I'll be publishing ad-free episodes releasing a day early, so you can listen to Court of Public Opinion on Fridays if you really, really wanted to. If you're going to spend $5 on us every month, you deserve all of this fantastic service that I'm trying my very hardest to provide to you. So that's a long and awkward way of saying I really appreciate it.
You know who we appreciate the most?
Who dat?
The amazing people that have done just that and have become members of the jury already. The one, the only, the Frankie.
Thank you, the Frankie. Frankie.
You've made it because I
Kerstetter.
put the in front of your name. So you are the Frankie, and we appreciate the shit out of you, man.
That's factual. So the last thing that I should say is that we are giving a special thanks to Nathan Ruiz for
Designing the Court of Public Opinion podcast logo.
AJ Curtin for
Writing, recording, and producing our theme music.
and Gerard Marquez.
For being the voice of our bailiff at the beginning of every single episode.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful and totally not planned. Catch us next Saturday for How Do You Pronounce GIF? GIF. And have an awesome week, Peanuts. This court
A session.
This court session is adjourned.
Bye.
Goodbye.